So what's good, everybody? You know, just coming through to kind of talk a little bit about our boy Michael. You know what I mean? So I know everybody's got videos up talking about how much they love him and all that, but I mean, I really, sincerely am so shocked. I can't believe that Michael's gone. You know what I mean? So, I mean, for a lot of us, he was like really, a huge part of our childhood. You know, even my mom's childhood. You know, she was his same age. You know what I mean? She grew up listening to him and being amazed by, everything he's done. And needless to say, Michael Jackson actually was probably like the only artist that I've like known since the time I was born, literally. You know, I've listened to him since then, and so many good memories, but I don't even really know what to say. Kind of at a loss for words, I cried, that's for sure. My brother and I both. My brother was even a bigger fan than I was. I mean, him and I were Michael Jackson freaks, but my brother like knew how to dance like him and do all that. And it was his birthday, actually. My brother's birthday was June 25th, the day that Michael died, man. He was just devastated, dude. So, we had that conversation. My brother and I, just couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe we're having the conversation, talking about Michael being gone and all that, And, I don't know, but I just hope that everyone remembers, the good things that Michael has done for the planet. Forget his dancing, forget his music and all that. He was an ambassador for world peace and for keeping, the earth protected, He had so many beautiful songs and beautiful messages, directed at that. And, he definitely was an alien, I think, here to help and enlighten people, you know what I mean? He was beyond everybody else. He didn't really quite belong here, you know what I mean? I think that he stood out among men, and he, what I mean by didn't belong here is that he seemed to be above all this, and, he ended up having a strange, the end of his career, the end of his life, and it seemed very strange, but not really if you kind of look at it from, a certain perspective. I think that he obviously had that inner child inside of him until the end. And they always say that like children are closest to God because they're fresh from heaven. So I think that he obviously was closer to home, if you know what I mean, for most of his life because he, embraced his childhood, or he never let it go, really. So I think that he, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. This is ridiculous. Dude, I mean, earliest memories, dude, of Michael, obviously my mom would play like, Off the Wall when I was a kid, and then I think it was around 82, I was in kindergarten or first grade, and dude, Thriller came out, and it was like I was at this roller skating rink with my class, and you remember those in the 80s? Roller skating rink, and dude, Billie Jean came on, and it was so powerful, you know what I mean? It was the first time I ever heard it, and it was through some big speakers, and I'm roller skating, and it was like, I still remember that moment, you know what I mean, to this day. I've never forgot it, And then you end up seeing Michael, at the Apollo doing the moonwalk, and like, dude, I know every kid, including me, was like doing that in their socks, like on the tiles in the kitchen or wherever else, you know what I mean? It was like talent shows. My brother was in a talent show dancing like Michael, you know what I mean? It was, I don't know, dude. I still can't believe it. Funny because, like everybody I talk to, everybody I know, everybody I work with, people you see on the news, everybody has an opinion about it. Everybody is so shocked, I mean, I don't want to really compare it to this, but it's like, you know, when 9/11 happened, it was like the whole world was like in complete shock for a day. You know what I mean? More than a day, really. And it wasn't like his passing wasn't a disaster like 9/11. I'm not trying to compare like that, but the feeling that I had, and the feeling that a lot of people had, they always brought up, this feels like how I felt like on the day of 9/11. You know what I mean? Which is a bold statement, but not really. You know what I mean? I mean, the whole world loved him. I saw this interview with this one reporter. She had to have been about my age, you know, obviously grew up with him, you know. And she kind of like, you know, said that throughout time, politicians and kings and lawmakers, people have been trying to bring the world together, you know, in peace. But it was one man, it was Michael, that actually at one point did bring the whole world together. Everybody could be united by his music. Everybody had him in common, you know what I mean? Everybody, the whole world. And that, I mean, we're not going to see something like that. We may, I don't know, time may tell, but I think because of the dynamic of the music industry now, and how you've got the World Wide Web and everybody's connected, it's going to be hard to see somebody like Michael or Elvis or John Lennon or something like that come and make such an impact on so many people, you know, because obviously Michael was able to cross a lot of boundaries, you know, racial boundaries and cultural boundaries and musical boundaries, you know, everybody listened to him. So, you know, to have that again seems like a long shot, you know what I mean? It's like nobody really buys records anymore. Nobody's, you know, there's not such a strong fan base, it seems like, you know what I'm saying? Because you can download music for free. You can, you know, you can just grab one song if you want, you know what I mean? It's not like you're going to buy whole records, and you're not going to be able to command such a huge audience like he did anymore. No, not in the same way. I mean, you see a lot of pop phenoms now, or rock or hip-hop stars that are fucking huge, you know what I mean? But, you know, you'd have to have some 40-something year career non-stop hits, you know, to even compare to Michael, you know what I mean? So, you know, I mean, we lost a true friend. We really did, and I'm so sad. And you know, let me know what your opinions are on it. I mean, I'm sure whether or not you liked him in his latter part of his life, everybody has to recognize how important and what a contribution he made in the music world and pop world. Not just music, but just pop culture, you know what I mean? I grew up in the late 70s and the 80s, you know what I mean? And it was like Michael Jackson, you know what I mean, controlled a lot of the pop culture that was going on, you know, so, yeah, I don't know, a little bit depressed. I know this video comes, you know, 3 or 4 days after his death, but man, I couldn't get up here and talk about it, you know what I mean, in the past couple days, so, I don't know, Michael, man, I love you so much, dude, and I hope to see you soon, you know what I mean? And I know the love that you were looking for on this earth, you might not have felt like you reached it. I think you were trying to gain people's love by your talent and skill, but what you really wanted was to people to truly actually love you. And by your passing, you know, I'm sure you could look down upon all this now and see that it wasn't just your music or your dancing or people really loved you and have a connection to you. So, you know, we are so sad. God bless you, man. I'll see you soon.